What's going on, folks? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Chris, and if you are new here, I'm building a business that suits my lifestyle. Now, if you are not up to speed, if you haven't caught up on what's been going on the last couple of weeks, boy oh boy, it's been an adventure. Let me get you up to speed. So the last 2 weeks have been a little bit interesting. That's the least to say. I went from forecasting and identifying that the storage unit that I was in only 2 weeks ago was actually going to be too small for me way too soon. And then on that same day, I had the opportunity from the storage unit manager to say, hey, what if I had a bigger unit and cheaper unit? Would you move into it? Now, crazy, right? I mean, what are the chances? Well, you know, within 24 hours after a little bit of assessment, a little bit of hindrance, I said yes, and we moved into that unit last week. Now, there was a few little obstacles. We had some heat issues that we had to solve for, and we got through that, we figured it out, and basically I left off last week with just needing to have to finalize the movement of my DVD situation or media situation, which essentially meant I needed to close up that unit as soon as possible so that I was not paying extra days for 2 units. Makes sense, right? And that's what's been happening. So essentially this week we had the challenge to move roughly 1,400 media items as soon as possible to avoid paying any additional fees. Now that's not all the news. There has also been another interesting development for the week, which I'd love to share with you. So if you stick around, I will share that with you. I'll give you a business update and also some show and tell of what's been selling. So it's a full episode today, guys. Let's dive in. So after last week's big move, again, if you haven't checked that out, you can go watch this video, take you through the details and share in a bit more detail of how that experience went. It was good. It was really interesting, but it was very tiring as well. But at the end of that week, we basically left off with having to still close up the original storage unit, and I needed to move out about 1,400, give or take, media items. Now, there was a little bit of a conundrum with this. It seems easy enough, but there was a slight problem. Basically, I was migrating them across into some media boxes with a new shelving layout in the new unit. DVD tier, which is over here. Sorry for the awkward angle. This one just here. So tomorrow all the boxes arrive, so hopefully we'll be able to get that all sorted, which in the long run is going to make things a lot easier. However, those boxes, those media boxes, were expected to arrive the Friday when we were doing the move. They didn't arrive. And then it was the long weekend, which means they weren't going to arrive till the Tuesday. So our first challenge was, are they going to arrive Tuesday? Knowing Australia Post and, you know, like all tracking, it was updating very slow, very oddly, and it all seemed like it was going to arrive on time on Tuesday, you would think. So with the expectation that everything was going to be all good, went to the storage unit on the Tuesday. This is the new storage unit, packed everything in the new storage unit in terms of doing my mail run, which was really good. A few things to clean up a little bit, but no, it wasn't too bad. And then basically I was expecting that the boxes would arrive and it would be just a quick win and no problemos. Well, it didn't really kind of go like that. How it did go was I hadn't heard anything. I've been trying to get in contact with the post office. They were not answering, and it was starting to look like that plan B was going to be in action, which basically meant I was going to have to hold all that 1,400 media without skewing it and moving it into the actual new home, but just kind of putting them in limbo state within the new storage unit, which I did not want to do, but it was a sacrifice I was probably willing to do to not have to pay for, you know, 2 or 3 more days, because usually when something is delayed, it's not delayed 1 day. With Australia Post, it's delayed 3 days. But with a moment's notice, everything changed. So ironically and funnily enough, Mum actually went to the post office. She was picking up some of her own things she'd been waiting for over the long weekend, and lo and behold, there was my boxes sitting there waiting to be picked up. She took a picture, sent it to me, and at much surprise, they were there. They hadn't updated the tracking. So frustrating. They hadn't updated the tracking. So now it was all hands on deck and a bit of an afternoon rush. There was 3 things to accomplish. Mum was to bring the boxes to the storage unit. We had to cut them to size, and we hadn't had lunch. Most important part. I went and got sushi for everyone. Mum and Carla, they did the box prepping, basically just folding them out together, putting them together, and then cutting them in half to make them the size equivalent measurements of the shelving units. Big shout out to 2 Aussie thrifters with their help on this one. And the big media migration began. And the other unit is now officially clean, spotless. To think Literally, not even a week ago, this was full of everything. Crazy stuff. All right, team. Tuesday's done. Thanks for helping, babe. By the way, a lot of people in the last video said that you're the MVP.
I know. I am the MVP.
She is. Now, long story short, it did turn out okay, but jeepers, what a series of events. It was all over the place. Surprisingly, it didn't actually take too long or super long to get the DVDs across or the media across. I just wanted to get it done for that day so that I could close up before 5 p.m. and basically get the credit of the difference for the rest of the month. So that was really the whole game plan. And now officially I'm in only one unit. I'm in the new unit and that's all done and dusted. But of course, now there's a new challenge. Of course, now there's the next thing that I have to solve for. This is just part of everyday business. We know this. As one thing happens, the next thing is just around the corner. And it's nothing bad, nothing concerning, but now there's a little bit of extra work that I need to do just in optimization, consolidation, and cleanup. There's a few things that I've moved across there, and because I've got the extra shelving, I've just brought it across and dumped it. This isn't the DVDs or media, just some additional stuff that I've got to sort through and get it basically in the best flow, get it in the right location, just to make sense. And a few other little tweaks that we need to do to fix up some lighting, just clean up and shuffle a few things as well. Lighting is almost done, but I just got to reorder some of the layout of just how I'm storing some of the items and just make it, again, that workflow as savvy as possible. I have no concerns that this will work out better than my previous situation or the previous unit. So that's that. Oh, and also the heat issue, it seems to be mitigated. There seems to be no problem with it. It does get warm in there, but I've now been able to pull them off against the wall by putting in the cardboard, and that has seemed to help. So fingers crossed it stays that way. We'll see. Now, if you did stick around this long, I do have some updates that I want to share with you, some exciting news. I'll go through some business updates and also some show and tell of what actually has been selling. So what is this big news? No, I'm not moving into another storage unit. December a year ago, not in the last 4 months, but basically a year prior to that, I did my best week ever. I did just over $3,000 in revenue. 5 weeks ago, I also did just over that, $3,100 or $3,050. I did my best week ever. Well, the news is that this week I've also done my next best week ever, which over $3,300, which is a nice little uplift and a nice little uptick on the store. Look, to be honest, I was thinking it was going to be a bit of a mad week and I wasn't putting much attention into the business simply because I was moving the business. I was struggling to get listings up, just because, time and effort, and I was tired and just trying to make sure I put the time in the right place that I needed it to get the job done for that week. Yet the week has been very, very rewarding. I've also identified and hopefully locked in some new opportunities around sourcing and selling. So that's an interesting development, and that, I can share more of what I can share down the line if that does come to and actually go ahead. So very exciting times. It's never a dull day. It's all happening. So with that out of the way, let's actually dive into what actually has been selling for this week 114 of reselling online. And I'm actually quite humbled, and I just feel quite overwhelmed with joy and excitement that, even though this week I didn't do as much as I wanted in terms of putting in the love and attention that the store needs, it's still been able to grow and actually still thrive. And it's, that's from doing the prior work over the last 12 weeks of really building out the store and building out that extra niche of clothing as well. So if you see here on screen, you can see this week clothes have been the big winner for the week. Oh, it's just crazy. $1,700 in revenue, $500 in profit, 46 sales. So really, really nice to see that happening. We've also got video games, books, electronics, DVDs, a bit of everything, and it's been a crazy week, and it's again very rewarding, and I'm super grateful for all the support and getting insight from other people and helping me get to where I am today. And this also does remind me that it's taken me a lot of work to get to this point, but at the same time, if I want to go further, there's more work ahead of me, and that's part of it always. And I challenge you that if you've got ideas or goals or aspirations in this area of reselling, it's all attainable, it's all achievable, it's more than possible to do. It just requires the effort and the work to do it. And I know that seems fluffy, and I know that seems, oh yeah, that's what everyone says, but the effort and the work is essentially just learning, doing the repetition, getting a little bit better, taking a bit of a risk, trying something new, discovering what works, and just basically finding a process that works, a system that works, whether that's buying, whether that's actually, you know, processing stuff and then actually selling the stuff, and just repeating that as consistently and as quickly as possible. That's really what it is. And of course, that continues to evolve and change as you identify new things, find new opportunities, and expand the business and grow. That just comes naturally because you're learning. You're learning while you do it. So what are the top 4 items that have actually been selling for this week? Well, let's go through that right here and right now. Just the top item number 1 was this original Microsoft Xbox console in the original box. Now this one, I did end up paying $75 as an individual purchase, but when I did purchase it, I paid up quite a lot of other things as well. So the average cost of good for this one worked out to be about $12.12. Not too bad. Sold this for $168, including postage, and walked away with $113.19. Story to this one was someone lowballed me $115 on it. I took their bluff. They never paid. They said, oh, sorry, I can't actually pay. And then I relisted it and it sold the next day at almost full price. So sometimes it works out for the better. So not complaining there. Top item number 2 for this week was this Fantasy Workshop, a practical guide. Now this one I've probably had for about 4 months. I don't know if I picked it up at the end of last year or earlier this year. Paid $3.50. Picked this one up from my local Salvos. Not too bad. And been able to sell this for $114.45. It's gone to the Netherlands, I think it was, or Norway, somewhere there, and walked away with $78.62 after fees and postage. So pretty happy with this one. Actually, I think it went to Germany. Top item number 3 was this parts only Samsung Galaxy. Now this one I was able to pick up for free and no cost, and it was actually tagged as a non-working phone, but surprisingly, these phones, if you can get these phones, they're demo units. They have all the parts and accessories inside it. They just do not have the ability to be on a network. So I was able to sell that for spare parts, which was I'm pretty grateful for. I got $99.70 for this one and walked away with $72.63 after fees and postage. And top item number 4 for the week was this Dragon jeans. These weren't the ones I picked up the other week. These were ones I picked up a few weeks ago. Picked these up for about $5.01. That's an average cost of good. Sold them for $79.30. Did have them up for $99. Took best offer and walked away with $47.97 after fees and postage. So been a very rewarding week. And here are the full stats of the week. We've done 94 sales. Margin is a little bit lower, 38.87%, but it's not too bad. Cost of goods was $856. So I've been paying up this week to get the revenue that I wanted. Sold $3,349.80 worth with a profit of $1,302 on the dot. And average sale price for the week was also $35.64 with an average cycle time of 70 days. So it's been a very rewarding week. And if you did stick around this long, I'm going to quickly show you some other show and tell, and then we'll wrap it up. Howdy team, welcome to Tuesday, the first official working day or half day here. I've got all the stuff that's going to go out. As you can see, there's a lot of different things. We've got CDs, DVDs, video games, Barbies. This book's gone for like $46. Lots of clothes per usual. Clothes. Even got a phone going out. Some books, Charizard, DVDs, la-da-da-da, you get the point. And Carla's got a new little workstation. She's settled right in. So she's living the dream. And we got all these clothes today from the $2 sale at Salvo, so pretty happy with this. Alright, I'm going to do some, actually I don't have to do any more picking because we got all this out the other day, but I'll just do some packing. So Tuesday, back to business as usual. Alright team, welcome to Thursday, and still got a lot happening here. Still haven't fully moved in, like all this I still have to put away properly. Still got a few things here to mess with. Got to rearrange some of this yet, and I've still got a bit of a dumping spot here, just putting things into their new spots. But this morning's priority is essentially just get packages out, and then I'll start doing some more shuffling. I have put another light up at the back, which is quite bright as you can see. Yeah, so that's really what I'm doing, is just sorting a few things, or shuffling a few things now just so I can start working. I'll do posts. I've only got like 13 items to go out, quite a lot of bundles. And then I've got to put all this clothing away, and I'll then continue to do some cleaning up. So let's get cracking. I'll show you what I've sold in a second. Yeah. All right, team. here's everything that's going out. We've got quite a few things. We've actually got 16 items, and I've just had someone make a big purchase, but they haven't paid yet. But just topped over $32,000. Not too bad. So it's a new 90-day total. So we've got an Xbox going out over here. We've got some trains going out. Got a couple of Pokemon stuff that's obviously not included in the eBay stuff. Big shout out to Beck and also to John, being the two customers from last night with the live breaks. And man, they got some pretty good hits. So if you want to check that out, you can go watch my recent live stream. But I really do appreciate it. If anyone is interested in breaking open some Pokemon cards, by all means hit me up and we'll make it happen for you. We've got this vintage Taz hat going out. They didn't go for too much actually, but not too bad. Got some little Lego dogs going out, PlayStation 3, lots of shirts and clothing. This guy's gone over to the US. I think it's for $106. Got some Street Fighter going out. We've got some floppy disks going out, PlayStation 3 game, and this big heavy jacket's gone over to US. I actually only got this for like $4, so it's only gone for about $76 over to the US. So figured I'll do a good deal, just get it moving, and I'm pretty happy with that. So yeah, not too bad. We're going to pack all this up. I haven't been doing timing just because I haven't actually got the whole structure into place yet to be able to do an actual baseline yet. I will share that once I've done that. So yeah, all right, let's start packing, folks. It is Friday and we're back at the shop, just doing a couple of things because I got a few items that have gone out for express and just want to get them out so they're not waiting till next week. We've got a couple of bundles here going out. We've got some North Face with an R.M. Williams jacket, pretty cool little bundle there. More clothes, of course. It's a repeat buyer, and a few other people have just come through and purchased some stuff overnight. I sold these Stephen King books finally. It's only been a couple of weeks. And what I've got here, we've got a couple of DVDs, nothing too crazy. So pretty light and easy. I've also sold this Xbox over here. Got I think it was 168 for that one. So pretty happy with that. All right, let's pack it up and just giving you the progress updates. As you can see, all this still needs to be sorted. I'm actually thinking about making a bubble wrap thing on wheels that I can continue to take out and just pull around with me, which I think will be a lot better. But everything's working at charm. The walls have been pretty good. DVDs are working well with the new skewing system, and yeah, everything is back to normal, I guess. Still got to clean up all of this. I just haven't done. I've been kicking the bucket down the line, I guess, because I just want to figure out how I'm gonna do this layout. Likely this will be books, that will be media, and then I'm going to be putting electronics over there. So yeah, always be learning, always be growing, and sussing it out, changing it up, pivoting, adjusting as you need to do. All right, let's do it. So there you go. That is week 114. It has been an adventure. What an adventure. It's never a dull day. And coming up this week, it's going to be just as interesting. A couple of things that's happening, and for those that are here that have been here for a long haul and been part of the channel, not just here for the reselling, I do have a podcast called Further Your Lifestyle. Well, this week I had the opportunity, like just in the last couple of days, that YouTube introduced a new medium of being able to have a podcast integrated on your actual channel. Now, at the moment, the podcast is on a different channel, but I've decided I'm going to migrate across the actual Further Your Lifestyle podcast to this channel. So that will be happening this week. So there's been a few little bumps of making that happen. About 105 episodes to go live very, very soon. So keep an eye out for that one. Don't worry, nothing else changes. I will be doing a bit of a content update video coming very soon, just to help get everyone on board and help them understand that, I'm not going anywhere. Content stays the same. I'm just bringing out a little bit of extra content too. And the other thing is that I'm going away in a week's time. So this week it's just getting ready for that, preparing ahead, and also the store will be going in time away. So as I said, it's all happening. It's never a dull day. This is the roller coaster we live. It's tough stuff. It's fun stuff. I love it. You learn lots and it keeps me honest. So appreciate you being here. If you do have any questions, comments, chuck them down below. More than happy to continue the conversation. And you have a wonderful day. Cheers.